Good morning, La Habra Area Chamber of Commerce. My name is Lynette Falcon. I am the CEO of the Chamber of Commerce. And today we have a very special guest and the voices of the members. We have Dr. Kevin, and he is with 100% Chiropractic Care here in the city of La Habra. Hello, Dr. Kevin.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for being here. And I love the costume today. And if you guys not know, please tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I am representing all of my Star Wars gear as it is May 4th. So May the 4th be with you. My team, we're all dressed up today. Massage therapist is a massive fan of Star Wars. He used to work at the Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland.
Wow.
He even speaks their language.
Oh my.
I don't remember the name of it, but he's definitely gone all out. He loves it. So he didn't show up this morning. I was a little disappointed. So he's actually going home during a lunch break to change and get dressed. So I'll make sure to have a photo to send to you so you can see it today.
Oh, well, very nice. Well, for all you fans of Star Wars, may the 4th be with you. So today we're just casually being invited here. I mean, I'm inviting here today just to give us a little more information of the importance of chiropractic care. Tell us a little bit in a short sentence the importance and how does that keep you working at 100%?
Yeah, one of the biggest ones, honestly, is the nervous system controls all of the major health systems we have in the body. So if the nervous system is not functioning at its optimal level or 100%, things are not going to work as efficient as possible.
Right.
That's where my role as the chiropractor is to find out where these subluxations are taking place. The subluxation is a bone that's actually going to be out of place that's putting pressure on the nerve, which disrupts the communication between the brain and the body parts that they go to. My role is to find out where it is to alleviate that pressure so the body can start to communicate and function at a higher level. So one of my biggest things I always tell people, I don't care about your pain. I want to make sure your body works the way it's intended. And that's where when we start to alleviate that, the body starts to heal and the pain starts to disappear. So that's where I always joke about the pain because it's only a symptom. It's your body telling you something is wrong.
Something's wrong. Okay. And tell me, when did you decide to become a chiropractor? How did you get started?
It's actually a very fun story, and it becomes a very full circle moment for me.
Okay.
I was in chiropractic school, or I wasn't in my apologies. I was in undergrad studying at Cal State Fullerton, signing up for all my prerequisites to take everything to go into physical therapy school.
Okay.
I've always been an athlete. I've always wanted to help people, and I was sitting in class one day. It was my chemistry 125 class. I'll never forget it. And I stood up and walked out. I was like, why am I studying this? I don't want to go to physical therapy school anymore. So I walk out, and the first thing I did was call my mom. I'm like, Mom, I'm not going to do this anymore. And she said, yes, you are. At that point, I was like, I'm not going to do it. I go to work. Make a long story short, my childhood baseball coach, who was a chiropractor, actually walked into my previous job, and he asked me what I was going to do. And I was like, hey, literally up until today, I was going to do physical therapy school. But I questioned all of that, and he told me, come to my office and see what I do. And I was like, all right, whatever, go to a chiropractor. They hurt you, you got to keep going back. I didn't even understand it.
Okay.
So I go there, and the first story that I heard was a mom that was told she was never going to get pregnant, to give up and stop trying by all the medical experts, that she was not meant to be a mother.
Oh my goodness, what a horrible thing to say to somebody.
Absolutely. So she completely disagreed with that. She's like, no, I'm meant to be a mother. She started chiropractic care within a month, or within 3 months, she actually ended up getting pregnant. And she was expecting her 4th child by the time I met her. So from going to having 0 and being told she couldn't, she now had 4 kids.
Wow. So that's what motivated you to become a chiropractor.
Yep. Right then and there, I left that office, finished my prerequisites, applied for school and got accepted. And I started 6 months later.
Wow. See, guys, there's always something that turns that perspective, you know, when you never thought about it. And all of a sudden there's one story that touched your heart. And you said, that's what I want to do. I want to make a difference in somebody's life. And you are correct. If your body doesn't communicate properly, then even getting pregnant is an issue because it's not communicating the way it needs to. So Kudos for you. Thank you for taking that story and making it a personal one. That's pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
And how many years have now you been an amazing chiropractor?
So I've been practicing since 2017, but I joined 100% La Habra actually in 2023. So we actually just celebrated our third birthday. May 1st was when we first opened our doors here in La Habra.
Okay.
So we just celebrated that. That's where even today is more fun because it's actually our first official day back in the office today.
Okay.
So we get to really celebrate this month, being established for third year. Going into it, it's been a lot of fun. Definitely had its challenges, ups and downs.
Of course.
But I think this was every business.
Of
but
course.
more of now we get to be part of this community. We've been here established. We're part of the chamber, which is great. And they've been such a wonderful support team for us. At every event we have, they're there for us and vice versa. So it's been a great role. I am the clinic director there. I run the day-to-day operations essentially. We have Mona and Chirag. They are also part of the team as well. And their role is to do everything else that I don't. So they're really great. Our entire staff, we have Daisy and Kelly and Anthony. Daisy and Kelly are CAs, which are the chiropractic assistants. They're the first people you see when you walk into the office.
And they're amazing.
I love them.
They're amazing. Yes, they are amazing. Very friendly.
And then we have Anthony, who's our massage therapist. So what's been really fun is we've had the whole team together for the last 13 months. We've had the same, 15 months, same consistent team, which is the best part. Where I always tell people, consistency is the biggest thing for your health.
Of course.
And we have a consistent team. It makes it a lot better too.
I know. They're actually a lot of fun. So you definitely have to come by. And if you've never received chiropractic care, now is the perfect time to call the office. And I know there's going to be a special being thrown out there, but we'll wait till the end of the conversation to, kind of offer that. Tell me a little bit, I'm a big fan of it, but tell me a little bit of the importance of bringing in a newborn to chiropractic care.
This is one of my favorites.
Mine is too.
The reason why it's so important to bring in a newborn into a chiropractor's office is the birth process is challenging on everybody.
Yes, it is.
Right? Mothers have a hard time.
Yes.
The dad's gonna have a hard time just seeing baby delivered, right? It can be a very challenging experience, but no one ever looks at the baby side. Right? Well, the baby side happens, even if it's a natural birth or even through a cesarean birth, the baby's typically being pulled from what?
The neck.
The neck. Mm-hmm. But when we have a baby, what's the first thing we do for the first 6 months of their life? Every time we hold them.
Hold the neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold the neck.
We hold the neck.
Right.
How come?
Because it's very delicate. It's very wobbly. It still doesn't have that strength to hold itself up.
Absolutely.
Okay. Did I pass that question?
Yes, you did. You nailed it perfectly.
Okay.
But we pull from that region.
Right.
And that bone, the very top one, that has all the communication for the brainstem, is all in that spot. If there's one little bit of information that's being disrupted, development can slow down. Right? The baby's still going to develop, but it just may not be as opportunistic as possible.
Right.
So that's where the small, gentle adjustments, I always tell people, they're like, they see the adjustments online, right? All the big neck cracks.
It's not the way they do it to babies, people.
Absolutely. And that's where it's always been a big misconception of what takes place. The amount of pressure you actually do to adjust a baby, if you close your eye and you push on your eyeball, and you just feel that pressure, that is how hard the adjustment is for a baby. Because you just hold, and that's it. Because they don't have musculature yet. Yes. There's nothing fighting you. So you just slowly push, let it gently go in, and the baby usually after that has a really big poop, and they sleep like a really big rock because their body's just trying to heal, because that's what they're designed to do, is to start to heal and start to develop even faster.
Wow. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong, but please do correct me. I know that if you have a baby that is throwing up a lot, especially after feeding, you have that issue with your baby. I am a firm believer that an adjustment can correct that situation from continuing to happen. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The biggest thing that happens with that is the nerves in the mid-chest are actually the ones that go to one of the esophagus that actually keeps it closed. So a lot of that acid reflux, or what we have for babies being colicky, right, is that sphincter that holds everything down is still open. Okay. And if we ever have that, the body just wants to get rid of it. So that spit up can happen from there, being a misalignment in the middle of the chest. And a big one I actually see with a lot of people that have babies that have a hard time feeding, it's usually on one side. And they'll always be like, oh, my baby's great on feeding on one side, but the other side, they just can't latch. So latching issues is a big thing. And that's actually a big one, is that very top bone, which is named atlas. Okay. If that's pushed to the side, turning gets impossible.
Well, it hurts.
It hurts. But what's a baby do when they say it hurts?
It cries.
They cry. So we don't know what's going on. We just think, oh, my baby's fussy. I have a bad baby. There's no such thing as a bad baby. They're just trying to communicate with us. We just don't know what's going on because they don't have the proper words yet.
Wow. Well, see, and this is why I am a big advocate of that, because when my son was born, I knew that. So I took him right away to get adjusted. I didn't know you then, because this was about 17 and a half years ago. But I do remember reading that in a magazine or something. And I remember thinking, that probably makes a lot of sense. So thank you for focusing a lot on newborns, because I think
Absolutely.
that the better they feel that obviously the development is better for them. So thank you so much. That's amazing. Okay. So tell me about um, when you see a client that comes in with long-term issues that it's been for a while. I know that a lot of people are discouraged and they immediately want to see and I know that doesn't happen. Sometimes it does,
Yeah.
but sometimes it doesn't. What do you tell them to not get discouraged? Do we have like, hey, give it 6 months, give it 3 months, let me have that opportunity to make you feel better? What do you say?
No, I absolutely love that.
Mhm.
We call those people that have that one adjustment, everything disappears, miracle cases.
Okay.
Because they are out there. Where they do occur sometimes, it's just not very likely.
Mhm.
I am very upfront and very honest about what's going to happen with people. So I always tell them within the first 18 visits, you should start to see some change.
Okay.
And a lot of times, if we're not seeing those changes, it's just because maybe there's different stressors that we're not aware of that just we're not even aware of what's happening too. Because those subluxations are caused by 3 different types of stress. Well, stress in general, which is 3 types: the physical, chemical, mental, emotional. So the first thing everyone always thinks is the physical, right? Oh, I fell. I had a car accident. Those are all physical things. And the one that we very neglect is a lot of people sit at computers all day for work. And a lot of times they're going to be angled to one side.
Right.
And they're like, oh, I'm always looking off to my left and I can't ever turn my head to the right anymore because everything's so used to being in one direction. So that's where you can look at changing that small little thing to have that little impact.
Okay.
But I always tell people, you're going to start to feel better after the first adjustment. You're going to start to feel some change. The structure is what really takes a longer time because it's like rehabbing a muscle. It takes time and effort. Same thing happens to restructuring the bones because those muscles are holding on tight for dear life because they feel comfortable. So when people have that discouragement, I just say, hey, just what else can we figure out what's going on? Are you doing your traction at home? Have you gotten the massages? Are you doing the stretches? Or are the adjustments holding? And that's a big one. If the adjustment's not holding, it's because there's still other stress that's going on. And when we start to find out, hey, maybe there's something more going on, maybe chemically, maybe it can be something you're putting on your skin, right? There's lotions out there that are really good, and we know there's lotions out there that are very bad.
Ones.
Unfortunately, and they're usually what? The cheaper ones.
Right.
And they get more accessible. So more of when we have all those toxins, the body's then going to have more stress, those misalignments take place, and the old patterns start to re-arise.
Got it. I know that when I first started, my family didn't believe in chiropractic, right? You learn as you learn as you're getting older. But I remember when I first started, my adjustment wouldn't hold longer than 3 days.
Yeah.
So I started coming twice a week for a very long time to hold that adjustment. And then it went to once a week. Then it went to once every 2 weeks. And then it started turning into once a month. And I can tell you, I used to have a shoulder that was higher than another one for many, many years. And until I started learning a little bit of chiropractic care, and not all chiropractors, okay? Let's make sure we get that straight. You got to do your homework and learn a little bit about it so you're better educated on the differences on different clinics and different ways of doctors doing things. But I know that to be true. I had to wait at least, I think it was about 8 months before I saw everything in a more smoother, way. And then when I was pregnant, that once a week was for sure. Right? There was so much weight going on, and there was just a lot of pressure, and all the organs were being pushed. So I remember visiting the doctor every single week. So, do you also see pregnant women?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
That's where one of my favorite experiences was like a very full circle moment for me too.
Okay.
Was the story that got me into chiropractic. Actually occurred in our office.
Okay.
It was actually our very first family that ever signed up with care with us. So they've been with us for 3 years now. I think this week actually it'll be 3 official years.
Okay.
They were trying for 3 years to get pregnant. They were unable to, and all the doctor was said, "You're fat, lose some weight."
Oh.
That's all of us. That's all they said.
People being so rude.
Right? But the biggest thing was the doctor never looked at what was happening in the body internally. She was getting her period every 9 months.
Well, that's an
But
issue
that was
already.
normal, right?
Oh,
Because
no.
she was overweight. That's what the doctor was saying.
No.
And I told her, I was like, first off, that's not normal. I don't get a menstrual cycle, but I know everything about it because I had to study it for school. And I told her, I was like, it should be definitely more regular, not coming every 9 months. When it was coming, it was very painful, it was very heavy, and just it wasn't a normal cycle. And as she started getting adjusted within, I think it was 3 weeks, she actually ended up getting her period. It was the first one she's had in, I think, 6 months at that point.
Mm-hmm.
She got her period. It's like, okay, things are starting to regulate. It lasted 6 days, disappeared. Then 42 days later, got a period again. So now we're not going 9 months. Now we're looking at maybe
40
3
something,
months, right? So a big improvement.
Okay.
And then the next one was 40 days. So we're getting a little bit closer, and then everything disappeared. We're like, great. We're going backwards, right? Because that's what everyone always thinks. And then it was in November of 23. I'll never forget her
She
and her
was
husband.
pregnant.
She was pregnant.
Oh, see?
So they showed us their pregnancy test. I'll never forget where they were in the office. They were both sitting there. They looked at me and said, we want to talk to you about something. And so we go in there and she starts scrolling on her phone and she shows me the pregnancy test. So that was our early Christmas gift from them, was their pregnancy test. And the biggest blessing in the world was a week after their son Declan was born, they actually brought him in to get adjusted.
Of course.
And I was able to check him once a week essentially since he's been born. He's just coming in for his routine adjustments. He was my chiropractor of the month immediately as soon as he was born. As soon as he got his first adjustment, I'll never forget it because we had another doc in the office at the time. I was taking an x-ray with somebody and they walked in and then she was like, oh, I can check your baby. They're like, no, this is Dr. Kevin's baby. This is his doing. So we got him adjusted and he's been with me for 3 years now, or 2 years now because he's going to be 2 this July. So I'll never forget it. And the mom even said, I would have brought him even sooner, but you weren't open yet. Because she waited until that Monday. Everything birth was great. Everything was super smooth, as planned as possible. And yeah, she just did amazing. And like I said, it's been a very full circle moment for me. There's one other goal I have in chiropractic is to adjust a tiger.
Oh.
And when I adjust the tiger, I'm retiring from chiropractic and I'm not going to adjust anyone ever again. So I am banned from going to India and Thailand from Chirag and Mona's perspective because they know if I go there...
Because they know if you go, you're going to adjust the tiger.
Exactly. So I'm not allowed to do that quite yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I do know that also animals get adjusted. I did see that when I was in Thailand. There was a doctor, there was in one of the places that we were, there was a tiger that was being seen by a chiropractor. And I'm like, look at that. So I was telling my son, look, the tiger's getting adjusted. And we thought it was really like, wow. But, they do. I mean, they also have a spine. And all the nerves need to communicate. So everything works the same as a human, human walking around in 2 legs. But, okay. And I know that, are we celebrating 3 years? Are we having something that I yet don't know about that we need to post? What do we need to do here?
Yeah, so we have a couple things in line. What we're thinking is doing a little raffle in the office. Just create more of a awareness of everything. Just make it nice and simple though, because more of like we hit that 3 year mark, which is very exciting. But we're more excited for the 5th and the ones further from that. I like nice even numbers, and 3 is just really an interesting
it's in the middle
one.
there.
But
it's like the middle child.
Exactly, the one that gets forgotten, right?
The middle child.
But no, the 3rd year we're definitely celebrating. We're gonna have a special offer for our new patients this month, especially if they mention anything from the chamber.
Okay.
Typically, our new patient experience is how everyone gets introduced to the office.
Okay.
When they get introduced to the office, it's broken up into 3 separate visits, so we can really see what's going on.
Okay.
The first visit is going to be where we do a set of x-rays. It's a very, very detailed health history with one of the girls, where they're going to go through, set some goals, see exactly what's happening in the spine, talk about those different stressors, and then we come back the following day or the next, or whatever best, easiest for your schedule, so we can review the x-rays together.
Okay.
Where I love actually showing people what's happening in their spine, so they have an idea of what's going on, because far too often people go to other places, they get everything taken, but they're never shown the x-rays. So then you're just believing what the person's saying.
Right.
Where I actually get to show what's happening in those x-rays. And then we'll do the first adjustment. I'll have a recommendation of care for you. And the 3rd visit typically includes a 30-minute massage. But if you mention anything from the chamber, then we'll increase that 30 minutes to an hour massage or a stretch with Anthony.
Nice. Okay.
And that all goes for $49.
$49 the first visit, and you get all 3 things. And I want the audience to know that it's not just about going somewhere and getting a quick adjustment and off you went. Every body is different, and that's why the x-ray is very, very important to include in your assessment, because that way they can see if there's something that they definitely don't want to pull on, if there's an injury or something that they don't even know about. So it's very important that everybody knows that there's a process to things, and that is one important one. So, okay, so the deal is $49. And if you mention the chamber, you get an hour massage. If you're just going with the $49 and you don't mention the chamber, it's half an hour.
Yep.
Right? Alrighty. And that is good till when?
I was saying like the 3, so I'll see for another 3 weeks.
Okay, so from another 3 weeks from today, we will make sure that everyone knows. And if for some reason the post is a little delayed because, there's always other recordings going on, we will make sure that we let you know that is when they saw the post. We'll start counting that time. That way they know that you're not going to get thrown out because it's a week later or a day later.
I don't know. I'm very mean.
No, he's great, people. He's great. Look at him. He's not even in scrubs today. He comes in like, the force may be with you or whatever that is. But I'm not a Star Wars fan, but no offense to the people that are. So please forgive me. Okay. Anything else? I know that I always like to ask my guests, tell the audience who Kevin is.
Oh, man. It's a very loaded question.
I know.
I'm a new husband. My wife and I got married in November of last year.
Okay.
So I know if I don't say that, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know if I don't say that first, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm learning that. Happy wife, happy life.
That's correct. And don't forget.
Exactly. I'm definitely a chiropractor. I love chiropractic, and it loves me. It's treated me well. It's helped me tremendously. It allows me to give access to healthcare that people didn't know should be essential.
Mm-hmm.
The essential word. We'll go down that route. Mm-hmm. But more of why it should be at the forefront of healthcare. It's allowed me to have that. I love playing sports. Soccer and baseball were my 2 sports when I was growing up. I love camping. I just went camping this past weekend, actually.
Nice.
Took my wife for the first time. I hope we get to go again. Fingers crossed.
Okay, was that clamping or camping? Because there's 2 different things. So what'd you guys do?
This was camping.
Okay.
We went out to Joshua Tree.
To her. Okay.
It was. It took negotiation. I had to take her glamping first. So we did that. We went to Big Bear a couple years ago.
Okay.
And then we went camping this weekend with her family, which was a lot of fun. It was definitely an experience having eight people out there and 4 groups of family. It was a blast. It was a great time.
I love camping.
Oh, me too. It's one of the best things. You get to be in nature, right? And you get away from everything else. Like, unfortunately, we had cell reception, but I took my phone and put it away. Because I was like, I want to escape from reality. And it was the best part.
No need to be on the phone.
Present with everything, seeing the fire, the crackling of it, getting to see the full moon. That's why we planned it this past weekend, because the full moon was there.
Oh, very
I brought my telescope. So I guess you can say I'm an amateur astronomer, but I am not. I can't tell you all the stars up there.
Okay.
But I know where the moon is.
That's good. I would hope so. I would hope so.
So I just love having fun. Fishing's a hobby I love to do too. Golfing, trying to get back into that a little bit more.
I know we still gotta golf.
I know.
Yeah, we still gotta golf. Okay.
We gotta find that out.
I know, and thank you for sharing. I know camping is one of. I used to do when I was a kid, so it's a lot of fun. But this new glamping thing, and I get it. There's not a lot of ladies that like to be around bugs and all of that. But kudos to your wife. So let her know that I thought that was very cool of her. Is there a favorite thing in your camping, like one thing that you say, oh my god, I go because of this?
Having a drink at the campfire.
Okay.
And just being able to just talk and share stories.
Very cool. Okay.
I used to go every spring break. I would go with my friend and I. We'd always go. We did that for, I think, 6 years in a row.
Okay.
And it was just getting out in nature, and the best part was like that escape. Okay. Right? Getting escape from the reality in a way, right? Mm-hmm. And it was just sitting there and just, we've known each other for 30 years, and we would talk about stories we had from when we were kids. And one of the ones we actually just brought up this past weekend, he wasn't with us, but I'll never forget the day when Steve Irwin passed away. Like, I remember exactly where I was. Like, we were in his living room playing video games, and then his dad jokingly said, he's like, well, didn't jokingly, he said, Steve Irwin passed away. We're like, oh, there's no way. The crocodile hunter can't die.
Right.
But it's like those small little memories that get just brought up, and you get to reminisce on so many different things. And when we got to go camping with my wife's family, it was like we got everyone's different perspective. And her sister-in-law actually did one. It was pretty interesting. It was, what's one secret that you've never shared with anybody?
Oh,
so like we went around, there were certain things that where we were like saying like, oh man, like people didn't know this about us. People didn't know that. So that was pretty fun, just like having that, because it's like, you're not going to be judged. You're in a safe space, and everyone else around you, guess what? You're probably never going to see them around. So if they hear anything, doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, I'm known for the breakfast. So anytime we do camping, everybody looks to me because I make the most awesome breakfast sandwiches. So yep, that's how I'm known for the camping world. And actually my family too. But that's a whole different story. And I know that going back to the office that you also sell products.
Yep.
Products to keep you, healthy. Tell me a little bit about the products that you're selling and why are they different to any other products that we might find out there?
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of supplements in our office.
Okay.
Part of our intake form actually goes through and just sees like different levels of concerns that you may have. Maybe digestive support, maybe you have brain fog, maybe you have other things going on.
Okay.
So based on when we go through that health history, that's where we get to see, hey, what's possibly lacking nutritionally. Because if we can do all the physical stuff, but if internally we're not correcting anything or providing the proper nutrients, we're not going to heal from the inside either.
Okay.
So we have a lot of different ones. My most popular one is definitely my natural leaf, which is going to be a replacement of Advil and Tylenol.
Okay.
It has a lot of turmeric, boswellia extract, and black pepper seed. What it does is targets inflammation and gets rid of it.
Okay.
And then also my personal favorite is called Just Relax. Because everyone in the world has stress, right?
Yes.
The Just Relax.
I love the name.
It's the perfect thing ever because it's like if you're ever on edge, it just takes that edge off.
Okay.
And it drops that stress level about 6 levels for about 4 hours. I'll be honest, my family gives me some stress.
Okay.
Going to their house gives me anxiety sometimes just because there's a lot of stuff going on. I'll take that from going over there and I'm just like,
you're like it's
melting in my chair. Exactly. It's almost like it just brushes off a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Why ours are so great is I'm actually really good friends with our nutritionist for the company.
Okay.
He's been to all the sites where they actually get all of the ingredients for them.
Okay.
So everything is all natural products. One of the bigger ones people have concerns for is actually almost olive oil, fish oil.
Okay.
Fish oil, people don't like it because it's what?
Fishy.
Fishy. If it's fishy, it's actually spoiled.
Okay, so it actually shouldn't have
a taste at all.
Okay.
Or a smell.
Okay.
Right? So even then, like when you go to a high-grade sushi restaurant, right?
Oh,
you don't taste the fish.
Yeah.
You just taste the deliciousness.
Yes. Okay.
If it's fishy, it's not the best source of fish.
Okay.
So that's one of the bigger ones is like making sure you have all the high-quality product. And the best part is we have a website where you actually go in and see all the ingredients that are in there and actually seeing, hey, how do they work? Why is it going to benefit me? And the biggest one, most of them are gluten-free or allergen-free.
Okay.
There are certain ones, they do have bovine capsules. So I always ask people that are vegetarian, they're like, why is that important? I was like, because the one supplement actually has a bovine capsule. So if you're a vegetarian, we have other alternatives for people to have too.
I don't think many people know that.
They don't, unfortunately, because they'll say it's made with a capsule, but they don't say what the capsule is made of. And then ours says on there bovine capsule. If it is vegetarian or vegan free, it's on the bottle, so that way you know everything that's going to go in your body.
Okay, well, there you go, guys. Very good information. One last thing. Is there anything else that you want to share with the public before we come to the end?
I'm going to say, like Lynette was saying, do your research.
Yes.
Right? Do your research on the chiropractors. I am very picky on who adjusts me. The analysis that I learned when I was working with a lot of kids with special needs down in San Diego is not known throughout the chiropractic realm. Where I look for tone and tension in the spinal cord, a lot of people just adjust based on pain, which is going to be fine, right? That's okay. People can have what they want. Just know your expectations.
Right.
I have people that relocate from time to time. I had a lady, she moved to Palm Desert, and she was asking me to find a chiropractor out there. She's been to 15 other chiropractors, and so she found her office. Then she was finally happy, and then she moved.
Oh.
So of course her fear was what? Not finding the right chiropractor. So she did her research. She would send me like people who she thought would be good fits. And then my biggest one, if the chiropractor does not ever mention subluxation on their website, keep looking.
Okay.
Because subluxation is the key foundation for chiropractors. If they're not searching for those subluxations to remove them, to allow the body to heal, then you're just seeing other types of people that may not be fully in tune to what chiropractic is. And if your chiropractor, I'm sorry, not sorry, if they always try to give you physical therapy first and don't adjust you, then maybe find another chiropractor because physical therapy is wonderful. I wanted to be one, right? I wanted to be a physical therapist. There was a time and place for it. It works perfectly in conjunction with chiropractic. But if you're only working out the muscles and you're not fixing the structure, the muscle's never going to heal the proper way. Adjusting and chiropractic is great. Or adjusting and physical therapy is great because once you get that spine moving, you then want to rehab those muscles. Absolutely. And that's where they fall perfectly into place with that as well to help heal the body faster.
And there you guys have it. Do your homework, and if you have any questions, you know that 100% Chiropractic is here in La Habra to answer any of your questions. You got specials going on. Make sure you stop by. And what's your address?
We are located at the Habra Marketplace off of Beach and Imperial at 1921 West Imperial Highway, Unit B in La Habra, 90631.
Perfect. My name is Lynette Falcon, the president of the La Habra Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Kevin, for being here today. And again, don't forget, listen to the voices of the members for more information. Have a great one.
Thank you.
Welcome to your new podcast, The Voices of the Members, brought to you by La Habra Area Chamber of Commerce. Sponsored by Empress Beauty for all your hairstyle, makeup, and beauty needs for your special day. Located in Brea. For all your gala gowns, office chic, and beach looks, we have Uptown Bombshell Boutique, located in Whittier. For your favorite Mexican restaurant, we have Casa Adelita. For all your trophies and plaque needs, we have Action Trophy. For your workplace compliance, leadership development, and human resources strategies, we have Harbinger Horizon. For your State Farm insurance needs, we have Toby Flores. For your commercial real estate needs, we have Jones Real Estate. For all your banquet needs for your special occasion, we have Our Banquet. For your best janitorial cleaning service, we have Best OC Cleaning. To make you feel 100% better, we have 100% Chiropractic. For all your sweet desserts needed for your special occasion, we have Flavorland. For your real estate needs, we have Lily Guas. For all your healthcare needs center, we have Friends of the Family. And for all your DJ needs, we have H the DJ. Welcome to the Voices of the Members.